my friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works Workshop. It is Tuesday, March 29th, I believe. Didn't look that up. So, if I confuse you. But it is Tuesday. So let's see, this evening we'll be playing at Dickey's Barbecue in Rolla, Missouri around 6:30 p.m. If you see this in time and want to join us, feel free. The first thing I want to do here now is say a thank you to Jeff Hansen. Jeff Hansen sent me a gift through Amazon. And what is it? Well, he sent me some ergonomic handles. These are X-Acto knives. These are actually Fisker brand, so they're not X-Acto, but that's okay. They've got the same capability, and they have the ergonomic type handle. Well, believe it or not, this one actually had that ergonomic handle on it. No, I didn't take it off because I didn't like it. It just finally wore off. I broke it off, and I didn't ever replace it. So I'm glad to have that. That's very nice. Thank you very much, Jeff. I really do appreciate it, and you will see this, I'm sure, in upcoming videos and possibly even in this video, because I'm going to work on that bass again today. The acoustic bass hanging up there. I think you can see it. I have made up my mind what I'm going to do. No, I have not received the magnets yet, so I've still got 100 magnets coming. I never do anything in overkill or nothing. Anyway, when we get those, I will glue one crack on the bass with those. What I made up my mind, at least, I haven't looked at the bass making up my mind. I've been out doing other things, thinking about the bass, making up my mind, if that makes any sense to you. So what I think I've decided is wherever there's a single crack, like on that top, I'm going to cleat it. And so on that one side, it's got one big long single crack. I'm going to cleat that. But on this other side, where the big hole was and all the spider webs of cracks, I'm going to use a mesh there. And to be perfectly truthful, the mesh wasn't even my original idea. Someone else, 2 or 3 other people suggested using a mesh. And some of them were suggesting using a mesh with epoxy. Now, I will not do that, ever. I just won't. Epoxy is not a good choice for an instrument. I've said it many times for a multiple of reasons. But mostly because epoxy is really not glue. I mean, I know it sort of kind of is, but it's really not glue. And with the vibrations, and especially if anything has any flex to it, epoxy always finds its way to work itself loose. So to me, I just avoid epoxy like the plague on instruments. I use it for other things, but I don't use it on instruments. So anyway, I'm going to just use the same technique that I use on the mandolins around the F-holes. I'm just going to use a white glue and some gauze, and we're going to coat that inside area with that, and I'm pretty sure that that will be the best way to go. Some people have suggested using a combination of the mesh and the cleats. And personally, I think that's overkill. I think it's also a little messy, and I think it might even be a little less productive because I want the mesh to just be flat and, be one solid thing, where if I had those cleats in there, then there would be bumps, the mesh would go over those cleats, because you'd have to put the cleats on first. You couldn't put them on after you put the mesh on. So anyway, bottom line is we're going to do the mesh on the spider areas and cleats on the single areas. There we go. That's my decision. I'm just going to stick to it. Not that it really matters, but I thought I'd also just mention this. I got a thank you letter here. I'm sure that's what this is. I haven't even opened it. It's from the Kiwanis in St. James. We played a pancake breakfast for them, not this past Saturday, but Saturday before. I must be psychic. It says, thank you, Jerry and the musicians. Thank you very much for providing music for the Pancake Day. Your support of our club is greatly appreciated, and a lot of the members signed it. So anyway, we're happy to do that for good causes. We don't charge them anything, of course. But, I don't have anything else to do anyway. So there you go. I just threw that in as a bonus. There's a close-up view of those wonderful, I'm going to call them X-Acto knives because that's the best thing I can call them. These are made by Fisker, but Anyway, there you go. There's a close-up of them. Well, here's a unique angle that I haven't had the camera at before, I don't think. Or at least not very often. Yeah, I had to get this in a place where I can see what I'm doing. And I've got a large brush. And I was thinking about cutting the handle off on this because I thought it might make it easier. But as we get in here, I don't really need to. It's going to be fine. I'm going to paint that glue all over that area. I have a cup here. I'm going to pour some of this white glue into the cup and then paint it out of the cup into the area. I have a piece of gauze cut that I believe will span across that area up there. I'm going to start at the far end and work my way back. Got a little thing full of glue. I'm going to get in there and spread it around and try not to make any bigger mess than I have to. It's going to make a little bit of a mess, I imagine, although it looks fairly controllable so far. Probably going to do a little bit bigger area than the gauze will reach. Try and get plenty of glue. I want to be able to saturate the gauze pretty well. I'm going to set that out of my way so I don't knock it over. And here goes nothing. I'm a little bit, you know, if I could get both hands in there, this would not be a problem. But I can't get both hands in there. Not only can I not get both hands in there, I can't get one hand and my eyes in there, and that's kind of a problem too. That looks pretty good. So now I'm going to try to paint over that. Not doing too bad, better than I thought it was going to do. Trying to keep it spread out and get very good glue coverage over all of it. And so far, it looks like that's working. Yeah, that's not too terribly bad. Let me see if the camera can find its way in here. That looks pretty good, actually. I can't get the camera down low enough without unhooking it all, and I'm not going to do that, but I think you can at least see that it is spread out in there. I can't tell if I've adjusted the autofocus or not, and I think I have by hand by accident. I don't think it's focusing real well. I'm sorry about that, but anyway, it's not looking too bad. So we're going to continue on, and I'll try to show you what it looks like later. So there's what she looks like completed. Now this extra patch that I put on this side, that kind of wraps up around this broken area here. So anyway, all the spidering has been, I've got webs over the whole thing, wherever it's spidered. Now there are two additional cracks that extend on down. I'm going to cleat those on the inside. No problem, I'll just cleat those. And I'll cleat this big crack that goes along here too. And I think we're good to go. Having said that, on another perspective, the gauze is way easier and probably just as strong. So I don't know, I think I'll still stick to that, what I said though, and just go ahead and cleat the single cracks. But it's looking pretty darn good. Once I get that really reinforced, I can start working on the outside here and working on these cosmetics. But I don't want to do that until I know the inside is solid and it's not going to come loose on me while I'm working on it. So my friends, I believe that's where we're going to leave the vlog for today. I'll leave you with a look on the inside there. By the way, this brace here, the one that goes across that bridge plate, or the other one, I can't tell from here, but yeah, the one that's, yeah, this one here. Anyway, it's the one that came loose going across that bridge plate. And when I mashed it back up there, where they had cut out because you would have to do that if your bridge plate is sticking down. So they had a cutout there, and wherever they made that cutout, it never did, I don't think, match up to the bridge plate real well. So I glued it as best I could. Like I told you before, there's still a gap there. So I just thought I'd show you there. That's what I was dealing with on the inside. So thank you for watching. We'll be back with another vlog tomorrow.